You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hi, Young and the Restless fans. I've got your weekly prediction edition. We have got Claire Newman furious, Sally betrayed, and a huge Holden shocker. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I have got predictions for Victor, Summer, and Claire, for Billy, Phyllis, and Sally, for Nick and Sharon, for Diane and Jack, and for Holden and Adam. But hey, if you have not subscribed, please reach down, click that button. And by the way, a huge congratulations to Eric Braeden for a gigantic milestone. February 8th was the 45th anniversary of his first episode as Victor Newman. 45 years. Legendary. All right. Our first prediction, Victor and Summer are plotting and Claire and Victoria may be angry. So Victor's been more and more vocal about Claire not seeing Kyle. He doesn't want it, and she's already annoyed with her granddad. Victoria's pushing back on Victor. Nikki has too, as much as she ever really does on him. Victor just doesn't think Kyle is worthy of Claire, but he's okay with Summer reconciling with Kyle. But that's, I think, mostly because Victor thinks it's best for Harrison. He's all about reuniting families for kids. It's a lot like why Victor's pushing Adam to get back with Chelsea. He thinks they should do it for Connor, but it just doesn't seem like a good idea to push a couple together just for the sake of kids. If they're not going to be happy together, then ultimately it's not going to work out anyway. But Victor always thinks he knows best and he won't back down, but neither will Claire. So Monday spoilers have Victor pushing again to get Claire to stop seeing Kyle. He reiterates that he hates Jack and all things Abbott, and that does not persuade her at all. The same day, though, Kyle has to cancel dinner plans with Claire and Victor to work on a school project with Harrison and Summer. And Victor uses that to make Kyle look bad, saying he will always put Summer and Harrison before her. So Claire is asking Victoria for advice on dealing with Victor in this week's spoilers. And it looks like that he's going to be plotting with Summer to get what he wants, which is her away from Kyle and giving Kyle back to Summer. But I just don't think Victor's daughter and granddaughter are going to sit still for this plotting. Our second prediction, Billy gets cuddly with Phyllis. Will Sally take a step back? So last week, Chloe was advising Sally that Billy is not reliable. He's a good time, but he's not really relationship material. And Chloe also warned her how unpredictable he can be, while also saying how much she was really into Billy as well. She gets the allure. But the bottom line is Chloe doesn't think Billy or Adam, either one, are worthy of Sally, and Chloe would prefer that her bestie wasn't involved with either of them. And then Phyllis was kind of put out when she was talking about the new media venture with Billy and Daniel, when she found out from Billy that he's headed to Paris with Sally. This is him going on as her plus one on a fashion trip, and they go, but then it looks like they're back in Genoa City this week because Billy is getting into some trouble already, and I just don't think Sally's going to like it. There's a spoiler photo I can't show you for copyright reasons, but in it, Billy is dressed up in a turtleneck and a nice jacket. Phyllis is in a really pretty dress, and they are dancing. Billy has Phyllis in his arms, and if this happens on Friday, on Valentine's Day, I would expect Sally to be twice as annoyed, and she may remember Chloe's warning and decide to take a step back from Billy, or she should at any rate. Our third prediction, Nick woos Sharon carefully, and she tells him to pick up the pace. So speaking of romance and Valentine's Day week, we have got to get a little action going for Nick and Sharon, right? Nick has been so very concerned about Sharon. He was right there throughout her Ian and Jordan ordeal, supporting her and the girls. And also remember, Sharon kept hallucinating Nick in romantic situations. So her brain is already laser focused on him. And then when Sharon drops by with a housewarming gift for Adam and is surprised to see Chelsea there, they all start talking. And Sharon name drops Nick several times, makes him sound very heroic. And Adam and Chelsea take notice that Sharon seems to be all about Adam's big brother. And then there's another spoiler photo I can't show you, but in it, there's Nick up close and personal with Sharon. It looks like he's looking at something on her wrist. So maybe Nick gives Sharon a Valentine's Day bracelet or something. I think Nick wants to be with Sharon, but he thinks she's too fragile right now and needs to recover. But I could see her telling Nick, he's going too slow. I'm not going to break. I need more than this. And maybe Sharon will get a real kiss out of him this week because they need to move it along or just end it, you know? Our fourth prediction, Diane redecorates and Jack freaks out. So last week, Diane mentioned doing a little bit of a touch up to the decor at the Abbott mansion. She talked to Jack about it. She wants to just kind of update it. He didn't handle it very well. Not only did he tell Diane he has to think about it, but Jack also told her he needs to talk to the rest of the Abbotts. Well, Diane wasted no time because she talked to one of the Abbotts, Tracy Abbott. She asked her about it. And guess what? She told Diane that she thinks the mansion could absolutely use a refresh, but said Jack doesn't like change. And he does not. But a spoiler for next week on Tuesday the 11th says that Diane decides to take care of something herself. She takes matters into her own hands. And it could be something about Jabot, but I think it's about the mansion. She puts up coat of paint, some new wallpaper, new sofa. I don't know. I just don't understand Josh Griffith thinking that a husband and wife sparring over new wallpaper and throw pillows is the height of soap drama. You know, Y&R was renewed through 2028, but the idea of having Josh Griffith as the head writer for that whole renewal, it's just painful that he thinks watching literal paint dry on the walls of the Abbott mansion is a good plot. That's just appalling. I'm hoping, though, for a black velvet Elvis painting over the mantle. So go Diane. Our fifth and final prediction, Holden knows Adam. So we first met Nathan Owens' character. We were first told he was Damian Kane, but that's not who he is. His real name is Holden. He's Damian's bestie who's there to help him figure out what is going on with these randos from Genoa City that showed up in LA to offer him a fake job and are acting all kinds of sketch. So last week, Amy told Nate he was talking to an imposter, that is not her son Damian. And we also found out that handsome Holden already knows somebody in town, aside from Amy, Nate, and Audra, who have all seen him already. Spoilers for Thursday, February 13th say Holden meets up with an old acquaintance. Now, it could be Lily Winters because she is slated for romance with one of the new guys in town. We've heard it's Damian, but maybe that was a fake lead since they have given us real Damian and fake Damian. Maybe she's destined for Holden. We'll see. I just want Lily to have a love life. But I do think it'd be super interesting if Holden and Adam knew each other, maybe from, Harvard or from his time as a card sharp spider in Vegas. It would be cool to loop Holden in with Adam since the bad boy Newman hasn't had a real story in quite a while. So wait to see who Holden knows. I'm excited to see it play out.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.